Well, hello, French and Spanish 2 students. This is Senor Pieper. I'm here with Mrs. Summers this afternoon.
Hello.
And we wanted to take a couple of minutes to talk with you about options you'll have next year to take French 3 or Spanish 3 as dual credit. And we wanted to talk with you today about how you can do that for free through Ivy Tech next year. Mrs. Summers is the dual program or dual credit program coordinator at Homestead. And I wrote some questions that we're going to ask her today to talk with you about things you might need to know to sign up for the class as dual credit for next year in French 3 or in Spanish 3. Mrs. Summers, some of the students watching this are going to be freshmen in Spanish 2 and French 2 right now, and they may not be familiar with what dual credit even is. So could you tell them just what dual credit means and how the program works?
Sure. Dual credit is the opportunity to take a class at Homestead High School and earn not only the credit per semester for high school credits, but to earn 4 credits per semester for Ivy Tech's Spanish 101 and 102, or if you are a French student, French 101 and 102.
Okay. So when students arrive in French 3 or Spanish 3 next year, do they have to take it as dual credit?
You do not have to take the course as a dual credit course. Because of the rigor of our world language program here at Homestead, the course is equivalent to a college level class. But if you choose not to, you can take the course just for high school credit.
And the students who, let's say we have a French 3 class, for example, so some students may be taking it for dual credit, some students may not be. Is there any difference in the content of the course of what the students are going to be learning?
Great question. There is no difference at all. Every student sitting in that classroom will have the same exams, the same assessments, the same formative work, the same assignments. There is no difference between the student who is earning Homestead high school credit and the student who is receiving both the high school and the college credits.
Okay. So again, some of the students watching this are freshmen, some are sophomores, some are juniors. Let's say they do want to take French 3 or Spanish 3 as dual credit next year. What do they need to do when they to sign up to take the class as dual credit?
If you've never taken a course for dual credit through Ivy Tech at Homestead High School, we will need to check to make sure that you have the qualifications to earn the college credit. That comes from looking at PSAT, SAT, and ACT scores. If you're a freshman or a sophomore, you have not had the opportunity probably to take any of those. So in the fall, we will be offering what is known as the AccuPlacer Dual Credit Entrance Exam, and you will have opportunities to take that test and qualify for the course. If you qualify, you can then decide if you would like to take it for dual credit. If you don't meet the cut scores, nothing changes. Your schedule stays the same. You stay in that exact same class. The only difference will be you will just receive high school credit for the course.
Okay. What if a student decides to take dual credit and maybe a month or two into the course decides, you know what, maybe I don't want to take this for dual credit? Is there a window where they can change their mind and just take it for Homestead credit only?
Absolutely. Our college partners, IPFW and Ivy Tech, are very interested in students having a successful experience with dual credit. So you will be able to up to a couple of months into the program, you will be given the opportunity to withdraw from the dual credit portion of the course and just receive the high school credit. And in fact, that is our recommendation to any student who is not at least achieving a C in the course.
Okay. If a student does take dual credit French 3 or dual credit Spanish 3 next year, how many credits can they earn in one academic year?
In one academic year, in a French 3 or Spanish 3 class, you will receive 8 college credits for that course. So that's a really amazing opportunity, and you do so at no cost to you. It's tuition free.
Okay. And students sometimes ask if the credits will transfer to Ball State, will they transfer to IU, will they transfer to IPFW? Could you tell us a little bit about how transferability works?
Absolutely. Homestead, of course, cannot guarantee that any course will transfer to a college because that's in the college's hands, that decision. However, the state has created a thing known as the Core Transfer Library. And what that is, it's a list of classes that you can take as dual credit in any high school in Indiana and be guaranteed that every public institution will take that course as the course that you earn credit in. So for example, if you take Spanish 3, you would get Spanish 101 and Spanish 102 from Ivy Tech. But should you enroll at IU, Purdue, Ball State, any state institution, you would receive that credit as their Spanish courses. We have also found that many of the private schools will take our dual credit, and we have even looked outside the borders. For example, we know Miami of Ohio will take many of our credits, University of Michigan will take many of our credits. So You will want to contact the college you're considering going to and ask them exactly how they will take your Spanish or French dual credit courses when you enroll in that institution.
Okay. And one last question. How do grades work? Do the grades that the students earn in a dual credit class actually go with them to college and appear on their college transcript?
That varies from university to university as well, but we have found in most cases they take the credits, not the letter grade. So if you would achieve a C or higher in Spanish 3, you would have 8 credits on an IU transcript or a Ball State transcript without a letter grade attached to those credits. However, of course, if you enrolled at Ivy Tech, the letter grade would appear on their transcript because they are the sponsoring university.
Okay, so just to kind of recap for the students who are wanting to take Spanish 3 or French 3 as dual credit next year, at the moment, all they need to do is sign up for French 3 or Spanish 3 as they're doing their scheduling this week or next week. And then the fall, when they get into their classes of French 3 or Spanish 3, their teachers will tell them more about it. Their teachers will pass out enrollment forms. If the current freshmen need to take an AccuPlacer test, there'll be announcements about it in the fall. But the only thing they need to do right now is just sign up for the class.
Absolutely. Talk to your counselor and sign up for those classes, and we'll take care of the dual credit next year early in the fall.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Mrs. Summers. And if you have any questions, again, please see Mrs. Summers. Please stop by and see me. Please see one of your guidance counselors or one of the Spanish teachers, and they'd be glad, or the French teachers, and they'd be glad to answer questions for you about how dual credit works.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks.